Hey, cut.
I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error on this whole thing.
Especially with the three.
Yeah, finding the sweet spot. With the three of us and also doing it at night. Trying to get us all to surf in sync will be pretty easy. It's kind of like I'm emerging from the dark and riding a wave, and it's quite cosmic and atmospheric. And Coco and Leah sort of join me on this journey as I'm like riding through space.
And no one's ever focused on just the body on a wave because you're trying to like rip or yeah. This is more about just the art of the body of surfing.
It's cliche to some people to say surfing is like dancing, but to those that like feel that same essence, like that ecstatic part of you that's coming alive, except you're doing it with the ocean instead of someone else. To try and film surfing like two surfers in sync together, or three surfers, it's going to be really, I think, a challenge, but also so going to be really cool. I think a challenge, but also so
yeah, at night.
There's a lot of elements.
We gotta do
a lot going on here.
Here we go. Setting the wave, please. Setting 30 seconds.
Yeah, actually the very first wave that we got, the three of us together, I had so much fun on it. It was such a joy to ride that wave. I kind of took away all the stress of like, oh, and we need to be perfect. It was more just like, just let it happen the way it's going to happen, and I'm sure Dan and his team will, make it work however it comes out.
It was nice when we just all stood up on the wave, and I think that's why it looked so cool. It was so natural.
Oh yeah, I gotta learn how to surf now. I'm so jealous of what Steph and Coco and Leah can do. We're so lucky having such incredible surfers. It's amazing to watch. Yeah, I feel like I need to take a few lessons. They say it's never too late.
Best cool party I've ever been to.
say the cars are much easier to drive, but because they are so much easier to drive, you have to take more risk and push the limits even more to make a difference.
In the 80s it was very competitive because it was a lot of drivers and a lot of manufacturers involved, so it was more people maybe who could win a rally.
To handle those cars from the past was a lot more difficult, and that's why it happened more mistakes, and that's why the time deltas was bigger.
We had longer rallies and day and night, so we could have a bit of a problem and still sort it out and come back in the rally. It was a big thing for Audi to go there and beat all the American and get the European car to win there.
I must admit, I think I would have enjoyed that era more than the one you're fighting for hundreds and tenths of a second. Today you have to be really super fit to gain those hundreds and tenths of a second. You break it down more in detail and discipline today, and as in the past it was more talent that was overruling everything else. They were, enjoying to party a bit, they were smoking, they were having a nice life. Today would be impossible because of what the level the sport has come to.
It was a bit crazy idea to do that, but okay, then when you saw it, it was quite fantastic actually.
I think it's really difficult to understand really how steep it is, because when I walked up, you can realize it's extreme. When you stretch the limit so far, people also ask you if it's real. But I know how it was, as I was in the car. I grew up as a kid watching Stig Blomqvist and Walter Earl driving, and I thought that was amazing. I mean, the cars and everything.
I was competing against him for that season when he started, so I remember it very well. Of course, very good driver, very technical, just wanted to be better and better all the time.
Really surprised that you could play with the car and get it sideways and feel real balance. You can feel the torque vectoring, especially in the exit of the corners, that the understeer is very limited.
That's the extra help you need to get the car around the corner nicely and things, so that's really good.
You can keep a really stable platform, even still you have four-wheel drive, it's quite impressive.
Pushing hard and having fun. Now it feels like a proper quattro gang, really.
Oi, 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 oi.
Hey guys, we're on our way to training, but first we're going to go pick up our new teammate, Alvaro.
How you doing?
How are you, my friend?
How are you?
Fine. Good. You ready for training?
Yeah.
All right.
With the professionals, I made my debut 3 years ago. So I stayed there 1 year and a half. I went to Russia to the World Cup, and after I signed for Real Madrid.
We are the record champion in Germany. The fans are fantastic. The stadium, nice club to play for. To have the desire to win, you know.
And after your first game, you have to shave your head.
Oh, why are you laughing?
No, it's true.
Every player who makes his debut for Bayern,
Shave your head.
shave your head.
This?
Yeah.
Nah, you can't.
And you have to sing.
Which song would you sing?
La Macarena. When I was young, I used to play as right wing.
Okay.
But yeah, 4 years ago, more or less, in the second team of Real Sociedad, I started playing as
Okay.
right back. And yeah, that's my position.
It was like same. I was playing left. Left wing. Now I'm playing left back. I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to be a coach. Maybe an actor.
Actor. That would be my role model is my grandmother.
Okay.
And in football, Philip Lahm,
Okay.
of Bayern
Yeah.
München, he was really, really good.
Yeah. And for Fonzie, it's like Kevin Hart. Huh? Oh.
For me,
Yeah.
I like Kevin Hart. His work ethic is really good.
But in soccer,
It'd be Messi.
Messi.
Ever since growing up.
Play as good as I can, help the team, and of course win every title with Bayern München.
And you, Fonzie?
Just to stay healthy,
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
win many titles with this club.
and enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
Definitely.
That's the most
Every
important
day.
thing, my friends. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Today's high temperature is 8 degrees above normal.
Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
At Audi, we believe in the future of electric mobility. We believe in Vorsprung durch Technik. And we know that we are on the right track. With the Audi e-tron, we ignited the light to start a new era. We tested it to the max and went extreme to show its power to the world. We've come a long way to unveil the next level of electric mobility. Today, electric goes sport back. Audi, the chronology of light is not only a story of improving sight, but of igniting ideas and innovation, of breaking old habits into pieces to create space for the new. It's a story of a luminous power, of energy efficiency, of making light adaptive, dynamic, and even three-dimensional. And thanks to visionary engineering, foresight is a crucial part of our DNA. The roads of tomorrow will be illuminated in high resolution by a brilliant Audi technology that even communicates with its surroundings. Introducing the digital matrix light.
The Audi e-tron Sportback is all about power and elegance. It's almost like a designer sketch, but let's have a closer look. I love this rugged SUV style combined with the elegance of a coupe. Have a look to this roofline. That's our typical Sportback shape. The e-tron S-Line front offers a progressive and sporty look. This bumper is dominated by this air curtain. On one hand it looks really cool, on the other hand this air curtain improves the aerodynamic. That's why we at Audi Design combine function with aesthetic. The side view, I really like the rocker. This rocker shows you where the heart of the car is, our battery. The rear is dominated by this sporty diffuser, and of course there are no tailpipes, that's why it covers the whole width. The spoiler lid is improving the aerodynamic and is underlining our sporty DNA. The Audi e-tron Sportback offers excellent comfort in combination with roominess. Look, I'm 6.5 feet tall, and for me it's really comfortable. And don't forget, we are talking about a coupe. You already know our sophisticated matrix light, but the Audi e-tron Sportback is going a big step further. Lights up, spot on. That's our new digital matrix light. It illuminates the road in high resolution and it communicates with its surrounding. Isn't that cool? That's our new Audi e-tron Sportback.
My name is Christian Fredrik Morgisane. I'm an architect. I live and work in Oslo. And I will now show you how I charge my own personal batteries. And I want to take you on a trip around Oslo. The first experience I had here at the Opera House, you have the feeling that you are in the mountains. You get inspired and creative and you can think. I dreamed about being an architect since I was a little kid. It's a lot of time on the phone. It's new clients, it's old clients, and they always need it fast. When I'm going in and out from meetings, it's really easy for me to just plug in the e-tron. When I charge the e-tron at the public place, you take out your cables and you just plug it in. So we can combine a meeting and charging the batteries on the cars. You are feeling that you're putting an energy drink or something into the car. Activation of the charging station is really easy. You can use your app or you can use the e-tron card. The e-tron is for me a place where I can relax. You can charge the batteries in different ways here in Oslo.
We are here at Lake Bled in Slovenia, and here starts the final chapter of our e-tron Extreme series. We had lightning raining down on our first fully electric model. We celebrated its birthday in San Francisco. We drove it to the dunes of Abu Dhabi, through the sands of Namibia. It makes fun driving with its quattro technology, and now it has to pass the endurance and efficiency test. From Lake Bled, from Slovenia, up to Amsterdam, through 10 European countries in 24 hours.
Well, I mean, it's a really lovely car, isn't it? It's great for this sort of thing. It's absolutely ideal. It's so quiet and comfortable. It's very good.
So I think if you have a committed driver, if you stick to your charging points, then you can really make this trip in 24 hours. See you in Amsterdam.
Mit dem Audi e-tron haben wir eine maximale Ladeleistung von 150 Kilowatt. Der Ladevorgang bis 80% dauert in der Regel so 20 bis 25 Minuten. Das heißt, wir haben jetzt nochmal genug Zeit, um uns nochmal ein bisschen zu stärken, nochmal ein paar Getränke zu holen und dann setzen wir uns eigentlich direkt wieder in den Wagen und dann geht's weiter. Also die Fahrzeuge werden wir in den nächsten 24 Stunden mit dem e-tron Charging Service natürlich aufladen. Dafür haben wir auch diese RFID-Karte mit dabei. Für diese Karte vom e-tron Charging Service spricht die hohe Netzabdeckung und natürlich auch die europaweite Abdeckung, die wir haben, und wir streben eine Netzabdeckung von mehr als 80% der Ladeinfrastruktur in Europa an.
Certainly think electric makes total sense for everyday driving, for long journeys like this. You know, it's a really lovely way to drive. It's not just to save the environment and this kind of thing, and for all kinds of good reasons. It's also a really, really pleasant experience.
Ja, der erste Eindruck ist, dass das natürlich fantastisch funktioniert. Gegenüber den früheren Sorgen, warum auch man ankommen könnte, funktioniert es heute einfach easy. Gerade beim dichten Ferienverkehr waren es eigentlich eher wir als Fahrer, die eher eine Pause gebraucht haben als die Autos. Also die Reichweiten sind sehr entspannt mit der Schnellladung. Schafft man es kaum ordentlich Kaffee trinken zu gehen, zieht es schon wieder voll. Also das ist eigentlich der große Fortschritt.
Sure, the Audi e-tron is designed to be efficient in all aspects of the vehicle, and that means the headlights need to be especially efficient. Of course, you could turn off the headlights, save energy, and drive in the dark, but we don't recommend that. That's not a safe thing to do. So please turn on the headlights. We've designed them to be as efficient and as low energy as possible so that you can come as far as you need to come with the range in your battery.
Finally, we made it to Amsterdam. Challenge completed.
Actually, one of the best trips.
And it was a good experience to do such a long journey with an electric car.
Kleines Problem mit der Ladung, allerdings war das noch eine defekte Säule, die uns aber noch mal ein bisschen zurückgeworfen hat. An den Wagen lag es nicht, an den Autos. Der Audi e-tron macht's gut, hat eine vernünftige Reichweite, bietet einen super Komfort, perfektes Geräuschniveau, keinerlei Probleme.
So now it's not that big of a deal anymore to do long trips in electric cars, I think.
We showed that the Audi e-tron is not only ready for everyday use, but it's also capable of long-term driving and traveling.
Nichtsdestotrotz 1600 so und so viele Kilometer, ich weiß gar nicht genau, oder sogar 1700, lag dann auch am Stück.
देखे ना देखे, मैं तो भाई लाइट चला के घर के काम कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कैसे चला रखी है। और क्या?
So, according to a legend, Lisbon is built on the 7 hills.
Lisbon is perfect for driving the e-tron.
I'm Mariam. I'm a really big lover of Portugal.
I'm Alex. I'm a chef. A very happy chef.
And today we will show you our hometown.
Recuperation means turning some of the kinetic energy back into electricity.
So going downhill will help you go up the hill again. Now we are going to the Mercado 31 de Janeiro.
When you open the door, the smells just hit you in the face. Fresh, so fresh. All the big chefs in Lisbon, they all come here to buy their products.
What I really love about this market is, first of all, it's the people.
I feel so smart driving this car because everything is smart about recuperation. You can use the paddles on the steering wheel to determine the level of recuperation. The pedals behind the wheel kind of feel like a racing car, but yeah, that's true. When you're having long trips, you can always use the roads that go down to increase the range of the e-tron.
So now we are going to Ericeira, and we will show you where we usually recharge our batteries. And you know how that means a lot for me. Alex took me here for a date. I fell in love with him and with the place as well.
It recharges our batteries fully, like to 100.
व्यू आ गए 5 घंटे काउंट हो गए क्या दिक्कत है ठीक है चलो तुम तो नहीं आ रहे वीडियो पे उस पर एक बार लाइव देखिए ठीक है
How many steps do you have in you? How far can you fly? Red Bull X Alps. The idea is simple. The execution is not. These mountains are no playground. They are not your friend. Pain, suffering, pure, heartfelt joy.
Oh, the atmosphere is completely electric.
This adventure is not easy. 31 world-class paraglider pilots racing from Salzburg to Monaco, by foot or flight.
See you soon, guys!
This epic journey takes these athletes closer to nature and far above it. Chasing this race requires serious logistics. On hand, 10 fully electric Audi e-tron cars, the perfect tool for the job.
When I heard about this race 4.5 years ago, I was like, wow, what? They're doing what? I mean, it's completely mind-blowing.
Going this distance requires a quick recharge, because every step counts. What makes this race so electric? Passion, sport, adrenaline, adventure. But never forget, no matter what's driving you, you can go further than you think. Off-road, uphill, through the skies, or all the way to the sea.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Traditional brake control systems introduce multiple boxes. That's one really unique change in the Audi e-tron. We have this one box design of our brake control unit. My name is Marco Hörter. I'm a project leader of the brake control unit of the Audi e-tron. We start with the brake pedal. The brake pedal is pressed by the driver itself, and then it is mechanically linked to our brake system. Our ECU, our software on our system, manages the handshake between the electrical engine as a brake actuator and the friction brake. So we sense every driving maneuver, and then we decide on our software if we use either the electrical engine to brake the car, or on the other hand we can use the friction brake to stop the car in different maneuvers.
The Audi e-tron gives you a lot of options. You don't have to change your driving style completely to get the optimal range of the car. My name is Michael Wein, and I'm responsible for recuperation within the Audi e-tron. Depending on the driving cycle and the driving style, but about 20 to 30% of the range is done by the recuperation system. You don't have to think of, if I touch the brake pedal, I lose energy, it won't happen in the car anymore. You can just step on the brake pedal, and then the generator kicks in and does hold the braking here.
The ECU in our system is highly sophisticated. If they monitor or sense a pedestrian, for instance, crossing the road, then there is an electrical signal which comes from the driver assistance systems to our brake control unit, and this signal tells our system, wow, we have to stop immediately because there's a pedestrian in front of the car, and that initializes then in our system the brake pressure to stop the car. So in the e-tron we can internally react 10 times faster than a human being on the signal, and that improves the overall safety of our car.
I think one of the major topics for our e-trons that we see that charging itself has to be smart, and charging is a very important topic for the e-tron. My name is Reinhard Beer, and I'm responsible for the charging program at Audi. For me, I'm working at Audi since 2011 on charging topics. Since then, we have 22 electrical engineers working on charging.
We decided to have a very fast charging system. We decided for the 150 kilowatt system. My name is Maximilian. I'm responsible for the project coordination of our charging topics. This is quite unique. The normal standard is from 50 up to 110 or 120 kilowatts. We decided we want to go a step ahead and set a new limit, and so we want to go for the future with the 150. And you have to imagine the full techniques behind the cables, the contacts, and all the stuff around the cooling of the high voltage system.
Regarding the cooling system, it's really important that the cells are always in a stable temperature area, so they don't like it if it is too cold or if it is too hot. My name is Andreas Nöst. I'm responsible for the development of the high voltage battery for the Audi e-tron. We have 150 kilowatt charging, so there is also really important that you have a good cooling system, that you can charge the car within 30 minutes to 80%. But the battery system is manufactured by Audi. We decided that we use prismatic cells and pouch cells. So prismatic ones are like little boxes, and then you have also the other version that are called pouch, that are little pouch bags, we call it. We had to find solutions to bring these different kind of cell formats into the battery, that we are flexible and can use both of them. Regarding safety, we put a lot of focus on the battery housing. So we have a really strong metal frame from aluminum that we put around the whole housing of the battery, and we put also a lot of different seat box between the different cells and cell modules, that the whole battery system is really strong in different crash situations. Additionally, it's really a part of the whole body of the car and increases the stiffness for the whole car.
For me as a young engineer, I could really get my ideas involved in the Audi e-tron project.
For me, it's a pretty nice thing because we have lots of colleagues working together here, so it's kind of a teamwork project.
Not many young engineers had such a huge influence. That makes me every time proud.
You have really the best Audi quality in the car, and additionally it's not a classical combustion engine car, it's really a real electrical vehicle.
बकवास लग रही फालतू की।